Welcome back, YouTube. Mutton Chop Piper here. So, were you successful? Were you able to sip the smoke from your pipe into your mouth, let it linger, and then blow the smoke out? If you were, congratulations. If you don't quite have it yet, keep practicing. You'll get there. Now we're at a fork in the road. The videos that I have already uploaded to YouTube were all about how to smoke your pipe. One, how to pack your pipe, how to light your pipe, and how to create a rhythm while smoking your pipe. The videos from here on out will play more of a support role. They're still about pipe smoking, but you don't have to physically smoke your pipe in order to understand what I'm trying to get across. Our first video in that sub-series is going to be how to build a carbon cake. Now, today we're going to be working with briar pipes only. Other pipes are made of other materials, such as meerschaum and corn cobs. We'll get into those later. But today we're just going to focus on the briar pipe. All right, what is a carbon cake? Well, first you have to understand how tobacco burns. When tobacco burns, it produces two things: water, or condensation, and carbon. Now the condensation settles at the very bottom of the bowl, and you will know it's there because as you are drawing through the stem, through the mouthpiece, you'll start to hear a gurgling noise. What that does is, as oxygen comes through the pipe and goes past that condensation, it vibrates, causing that bubbly noise, that prrr kind of noise. When that happens, you need to instantly stop smoking your pipe, get a pipe cleaner, and send it down to the bottom of the heel of the bowl. Let it linger for a few minutes, not a few minutes, a few seconds, and then draw it back out. Now, that stuff at the bottom of that heel, we call that dottle. It's little bits of tobacco and water. So when you use your pipe cleaner, you're pulling all that nastiness up through to the mouthpiece. So you need to take your pipe cleaner, turn it over, and swab out all that nasty stuff that you pulled up from the heel. If you don't, and you put that mouthpiece in your mouth, you're going to get a shock. It is a nasty, sour taste. And once you get that sour taste in your mouth, that's it. You might as well put your pipe up, because that's all you're going to taste. The second thing that it produces is carbon. Now, carbon, when it burns, it adheres to the inside of the bowl. If you continue to smoke your pipe without keeping that carbon in check, it will eventually close up the hole in your bowl, and you won't be able to put any tobacco in there. So there are instruments out there that are designed to cut that carbon cake out of the bowl of your pipe. It is recommended that you always keep 1/8 of an inch carbon cake on the inside of your bowl. So why do we need a carbon cake? What's the big deal? Why do we need it? Well, the one thing that is a pipe smoker's enemy, well, there's a couple, but the biggest enemy is heat. Heat warms up the smoke, making it hot. It hits your tongue and creates, you got it, tongue bite. So if we can utilize anything to cool that smoke and make sure that the smoke coming through the stem into your mouth is cool, then you get no tongue bite. One of the great properties of carbon is that it absorbs heat. Now, briar also absorbs heat. but it doesn't quite do the job. It heats up, transferring that heat into the tobacco, causing hot smoke, which goes into your mouth, which causes tongue bite. The carbon, the heat has to go through that carbon first. So it cools it, and then the briar cools it further. That way, you always get a nice cool smoke if you've got that carbon cake built inside the bowl of your tobacco pipe. Now, how do you build a carbon cake? Is there any special thing that you need to know? No. There are a couple of opinions out there as to how to go about it. One is you do it in stages. The reason they say do it in stages is because a lot of new pipe smokers will get tired of smoking about halfway. So they fill their pipe, go about halfway, and say, well, I'm done. Well, if you continue to do that, you'll have carbon cake built on the top portion of your pipe and nothing on the bottom portion of your pipe. So some recommend that you fill your pipe about a quarter of the way full. Smoke it down to the heel. Do that about 10 or 12 times. Then you fill it halfway. Smoke it to the heel 10 or 12 times. Then you fill your pipe normally and then continue to smoke it normally from then on. I highly recommend this approach. I have done it myself, but there is another opinion, another camp, if you will, of people that say, don't worry about the cake. The carbon cake will worry about itself. It will build no matter what. If you only smoke half a bowl, and you know that's all you're going to do, then you can build that carbon cake in that top half. It won't, that top half will cool the smoke, and then when you get halfway down, you can dispose of the excess tobacco if that's the way that you smoke a pipe. I've sort of adopted the second opinion. I'm not going to worry about the carbon cake anymore because to me it's just too much work. I want to smoke my pipe to enjoy it. I don't want to have to keep a logbook of how many times I've done a quarter of a bowl or half a bowl. I just want to smoke my pipe and relax and enjoy it. There are other people out there that will try to coax you into creating an environment where the carbon cake will build faster. They will tell you, yeah, coat the inside of your bowl with honey. That'll get the carbon cake going. Or give you some kind of chemical to put on the inside of your bowl. Please, don't do that. It will just ruin the inside of your pipe and you'll end up spending money for nothing. There are companies out there, and these are professional pipe makers, so they know what they're doing. Some of the pipes that you get are pre-carbonized, which means they've got like a layer of carbon already on the inside of the pipe, but that's not really carbon. All it is water and ash. They dip paintbrush in there and they kind of roll it around in there to coat the inside of your pipe. It's a black color, you'll see. But those are professional pipe makers. They know what they're doing. And let me tell you, anybody that tells you to coat the inside of your bowl with anything doesn't really know what they're talking about. So unless you want to ruin your tobacco bowl or your pipe, please just let the cake happen naturally. Okay, let's review. 2 things that burning tobacco produces is condensation and carbon. The carbon will adhere to the inside of your bowl. It is recommended, not recommended, it is recommended that you keep an 1/8 of an inch carbon cake on the inside of your bowl. If it gets any thicker than that, shave it down to 1/4 of an inch, I'm sorry. You can either create your carbon by doing the quarter, half, full bowl method, or you can just not worry about it. It's up to you. And please, more than anything, don't try to coat the inside of your pipe with anything. If you've done it before, if you're an intermediate pipe smoker or an advanced pipe smoker watching this video, and you've done it before and you're successful at it, then you can do whatever you like. If you are a brand new pipe smoker, never smoked a pipe in your life, please take my recommendation and just let the carbon cake build naturally. Okay, that's about all that I have to talk to you about on the carbon issue. I'm not sure what my next video will be, but it will be informative. If you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate that as well. So until next time, I want to wish you and your family happy piping.